The Evergreen Media Network Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Welcome to Classic Car Radio. I'm Keith McDonald. I'm here with Steve Charbonneau and Todd Byron. Mike Carano has the night off. Unfortunately, he's losing his dog, and he's at the vets now. Unfortunately, we send our condolences out to Mike. It's a sad time. I hate losing my dogs. It's awful. You have a heartbreak for months.
Yep.
You know,
any animal.
Yeah. That's why I asked Steve if the cats were good. My brother had to put his dog down today, 14-year-old dog, and then Mike had to put his dog down today, too. There's two people in the same day. What are the odds? But
yeah, we did the same that weekend you lost your sheep. We had to put our little kitten down.
Yeah.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. Made it 8 months. Sucked. I spent a lot of money trying to save him, but we just couldn't do it.
And Todd, you said you name all your farm animals, so they're kind of like all pets, right? It's not like you're a real farm where you just like don't give them names. You just kind of
they're not like Timmy. You know, when Julie decides she wanted to get into farming, and with the sheep and the donkeys and all that, you know, I said, well, look, with animals, they become a pet. They're like family. So I name every one of them. So if there's something comes up with them, we're going to do whatever it takes to try to, keep it survive. You know,
right?
And it can be pretty expensive.
Oh yeah, And how many donkeys? Donkeys? Is that what you have?
We got 2 donkeys. We have.
What are their names? Tell us the names.
Bitsy and Ariel.
Okay. Both female?
Both female. They're sisters. Yeah, they're miniature donkeys. Okay. And then we have 30 sheep.
Wow. And you can tell all those sheep all apart.
Every one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. You had to come up with all those names.
A lot of people come
to chickens.
How the heck can you tell which one's what?
I know, really.
You just know, because you're with them every day,
Right, true, yeah.
So, they're your pets.
So we are a car show after all. We are going to talk about cars a little bit, I guess, right?
Yep.
We don't have Mike here. He usually talks about the car shows in the area, but he's not here, so we can't do that. Should have got that information from him before he went for the vets. Anyway, I guess we'll jump into news. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are really into car paint, and the first story is about Nissan. They just invented a car paint that can lower interior temperatures by nearly 10 degrees, and they did a fleet of vans, okay? They call it cool paint, and it's essentially a white paint that reflects more solar energy than a conventional white painted car. The cooler a cabin is in the summer, of course, the less air conditioning is needed. And that's helpful for the internal combustion cars. It's a bigger deal for electric cars, of course, because they run the AC off those batteries. So, So Nissan painted some service vans at Tokyo International Airport, and it has begun a 12-month feasibility trial. It's a contract with the airport. When parked next to normally painted vehicles at the airport where there's very little shade, Nissan said it recorded interior temperatures about 9 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than the regular coated cars. So that's a noticeable difference in comfort and could drastically reduce air conditioning use, which extends, of course, the life of everything, right? I mean, better gas mileage. You don't need as much AC, right? Anyone want to throw any comments in here or whatever?
All I can say is the majority of all the automotive manufacturers that paint their cars white, they still haven't got it right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you should know you're in it more now as well, but
white can't get it right.
Before I hand it over, this has been going on for years and years and years, that the white base coat is not compatible with the factory e-coats, no matter what manufacturer it is. So you can put this paint on there, I hate to say it, but give it a couple of years, it's going to be peeling, and chances are the factory's not even going to warranty it. But it's interesting that they've come out with a paint it's supposed to keep the vehicle cooler.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Let's hope it sticks.
Yeah,
So there's a
something-
noticeable
You know what I'm
difference.
Yeah, something white in every car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nissan doesn't say whether the cars in that comparison specifically were both painted white, but the cool paint still appears to be thermally outperforming regular white cars. And there's some images that you could get. This is all done on the drive.com, by the way, if you really were interested to go look at it. But there's some images there of the different cars with the thermometers basically on them, some kind of heat sensor thing. And then my dream is to create cooler cars without consuming energy, said Dr. Susumu Miura, senior manager and expert at the Advanced Materials and Processing Laboratory at Nissan's Research Center. This is especially important in the EV era where the load from running air conditioning in the summer can have sizable impact on the state of the charge. So there you go. Just as like I said earlier.
Well, white's particularly cooler than any other
Right.
color anyway.
Yeah, that's why you have a white truck. You have a white truck, and all my trucks have been white since I moved to Florida.
I probably just put
You know?
9 layers of paint on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is this a factory paint?
Yeah, it's going to
So-
be, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if somebody coming back and putting paint over paint, I mean, how the heck's that going to work?
No, it's a factory. Nissan's going to start manufacturing these cars if it works out.
Hopefully they got, a compatible E-coat before they put the base down.
Yeah, you would think after 20 years they could figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, because this has been going on. Honestly, it's really been going on since the 80s. I mean,
Yeah. I don't care if it's a Lexus, a Toyota, a Ford, a Hyundai, a
Yeah.
Chevrolet, Nissan.
it's a crapshoot too
Yeah.
with them. Sometimes they'll peel and stick like a crazy in one spot.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck?
Is that what you guys mean by, what do you say, white, what's the slogan? White
White, they can't get it right.
can't get it right?
Yeah.
So this has been going on. I know that the last white truck I had, my 03 Silverado, it was feeling like crazy.
Yeah, flaking off, and you're
Flaking.
down to the greenish gray eco.
Yeah, I went right down to the gray. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you
Sad.
notice on all the cars, that's what it is. It's like the grayish green Eco.
So what's the deal? Why, if white is reflecting the sun, it's not absorbing as much heat as like a black or a midnight blue, a navy blue car or even a brown. Why are these cars peeling? It doesn't seem like I see the black ones peeling like the white ones do.
They're peeling because the base coat that's put over the E-coat, that grayish green
Yeah.
that you see, it's not compatible. Either the E-coat's dried too soon for the base to actually adhere itself into it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it appears to me, because it sticks really good in some spots, like the E-coat would still be wet.
Yep.
So the base coat, when it lays on, in a painter's terms back in the day, we got this wet on wet system where, we're going to you strip that hood, you throw down this epoxy, come back, do your base, clear,
Yep.
bam.
Right.
Well, if the E-coat, your epoxy E-coat,
Yep.
is not as too dry, how's it going to adhere to it?
Right.
Yep.
So, and if it's too wet, then it cures, and then you come back the next day, and the shine's gone because it's all pinched up.
Right.
So it's a I don't
Wow.
know. Who knows?
That's why they can't get it right then.
Pretty much.
So yeah, I mean, I see a lot of white vehicles, the same thing. A lot of white, especially Silverado pickups and GMCs. I see it a lot.
GMs are pretty common. Well, even a lot of the foreign cars, Kias and Hyundais and Toyotas, and Toyotas. Their problem back in the day, they were both white and black, were single stage, so they chalk up really bad. Now they're all base coat. Now they peel bad.
Right. So why does the clear fail too, though? It seemed like my clear failed first. It was all flaking off.
It all starts from underneath, most of it.
Yeah.
Most of it comes from underneath.
And then the problem is like if you don't do your flash coats right, you don't prep it right. I'm not going to mention any names on the radio, but I'm sure this will be out soon. We got a truck in at the shop that's a kind of a higher end restoration. So we were trying to fix something that they didn't do right, and we did some polishing, had a fitted door, and I took the blowgun and blew all the dust out of the car. It's not a blowgun like you think. You can regulate the air, so it's not on high, it's not on like super low, all that stuff, okay? So it's not like one that puts out 100 PSI. It's just a blowgun to blow dust off,
Okay.
right? So this is what happens when you don't prep a car right.
Wow.
It blew the paint off in like 2.5 foot sheets.
Really?
You've seen it.
Holy moly! No kidding.
Yeah. We stripped the whole
Put
entire...
it up to the camera. Something. Probably can't see it. It's too far away.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he's
That's
zoomed.
Polly holding it
All
up.
right, Jesse, look at that.
He's a strong dude.
Good job, Jesse.
That's sheets of paint just coming off this truck.
That's
And the paint looked good when it was in the truck. I mean, it's a little pieces of dirt here and there. They didn't wet sand and buff it. But, I mean, they painted this whole entire truck.
Wow.
And we stripped the whole entire cab in, I don't know, well, all the cab except like the cracks, crevices, little corners.
Yeah.
With the blowgun in under 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. But now we have to pull the motor out and all that stuff because the motor's in the firewall and it's just, it wasn't prepped right.
Yeah.
And then the guy's problem was he said, looks like someone else did it and then they didn't do the, whatever you guys put on the truck didn't cure. So he's not going to help the customer out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is what you deal with. But that's how they peel. Like some of the Hyundai cars and Toyotas, you can take a blowgun and just blow it off. And it'll look like it's snowing. It just blows it off in chunks.
So you don't see sheets of paint on the highway, though, when they're going 70 down 75 or 80 down the highway. Are they losing paint? Are they stripping paint going down the highway faster? Or...
Yeah. I got a 19 Silverado in the shop right now. I got pictures of that. So where the hood curves is where the paint is all peeling off. And
Really?
It's white.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think there's a problem with their white vehicles.
It's been like
I
that
haven't seen it
forever.
on Ford, though. I don't notice it on Fords. Do you notice it on Ford?
If it's a base coat, clear coat, or the single stage I've seen back in the day I don't think it was as bad, but I see it all the time on white.
Ford was the first manufacturer to start having those peeling problems.
Really?
Because back in the 80s, man, I can't tell you how many trucks and vans I've done.
That's back when I was learning how to paint. It was when Ford changed the body style over from, 97, I think it was, when they went to 98, I think it was, or whatever. And then the 87 and 88 is when I first started working for the painting cars, and that was what I got stuck doing, was start stripping because the paint was all peeling off.
Yeah, super popular back then.
Yep.
Huh. Wow. So we used the whole segment on paint talk, which I like. I think that's a good idea. But we're going to go on a break. We are Classic Car Radio. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Joe Scazzari, owner and operator of Scazzari Roof Services Contracting and Consulting. Scazzari manufactures its own standing seam metal roofs in a heavy-duty 24-gauge up and down the Treasure Coast, using only U.S. steel. Only need a repair? Repairs are guaranteed for 3 years. We can do that because we go in your attic, find the leak, see where it is, go out onto your roof, open that area, and repair the leak once, and that's the end of it. Don't be sorry, call Scazzari.
Summer's here, and it's a great time to create your outdoor room at Sunshine Furniture. Right now, during our summer clearance sale, you can save 10 to 50% on furniture from Berlin Garden, Lloyd Flanders, Woodard, Windward, Beechcraft, and more. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have any style of furniture that you need, all built to withstand the Florida elements, and we specialize in replacement cushions, umbrellas, outdoor rugs, and fire pits. Come in now for our summer sale, including 50% off all pictures and accessories. Sunshine Furniture, US 1 in the Public Plaza, Vero Beach. Family owned since 1991. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and don't forget to shop our outlet store right across the street.
Sunshine Furniture brightens up your day. Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day.
When the check engine light comes on, turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Time for an oil change? Turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Brake work, alignments, maintenance, and more? Turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Your certified service center specializing in alignments, repairs, oil changes, radiators, brakes, even auto electric repair. Just east of US 1 at 1212 23rd Street, Vero Beach. Turn to the local mechanics you can trust. Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach.
Welcome back to Classic Car Radio at Vero Beach. I'm Keith McDonald here with Steve Charbonneau and Todd Byron. And Mike is off, unfortunately, with his dog. His dog that will I'm sorry. We're just sorry. We don't know what to say. My brother lost his dog today, and Mike lost his dog today. Unreal. What are the odds? Hey, so I have a story that I really wanted Mike to be here with because he does have a Ram truck. This is confirmed from Ram. The Ram 1500 Classic is dying, and so is its Hemi V8, which is what Mike has. Your options are already limited if you wanted a new Ram with a V8, but soon they'll be non-existent. So they're going to probably use, V6s on these things to tow with and all that?
Yeah, they're going V6 twin turbos.
Aha! So the DT generation Ram 1500 hit the road in 2019, but the automaker has continued selling the previous DS version, all the while labeling it as a classic. It's been an impressive run for the pickup, which entered production back in 2009, but Ram has confirmed that it will stop selling that 1500 Classic in 2025. The Ram 1500 Classic has been a great entry point pickup for Ram, and the tradesman model has certainly represented the needs of our commercial truck customers. A Ram spokesperson told thedrive.com, with the introduction of the tradesman trim on the new Ram 1500 for 2024 model year, we bid farewell to the previous generation and remind customers that the Hemi-powered Ram will sell into 2025, but then that'll be the end of it. So Ram has bid farewell to the DS 1500 and its Hemi too. So by the sound of it, Ram has enough of the stockpile to continue selling 2024 models into 2025. So no Hemi. Imagine that in the truck.
Yep.
I thought it was pretty popular. Why would they stop? It doesn't make sense.
This EPA with all these gas mileage things, they're all trying to do it.
Well, that might change depending on who gets elected. If we get the cackler, then it's going to be worse. If we get if we get Trump in there, then I think
it ain't going to matter. We get the cackler and they make it more fuel efficient. People ain't going to be able to afford to buy anything anyway.
Right, that's true too. Yeah,
nobody can afford it now.
That's true too.
And it sucks too, because what they don't tell you is these smaller cubic engines with the twin turbos. Yeah, they're making good power. Don't get me wrong, but when the turbo goes, it's anywhere from $3,000 to $7,000.
Yeah,
yeah. Then think about how much strain that puts on that little motor.
Yeah, the V6. Yeah, and does it have the torque? I mean, does it produce enough torque through the turbos to create the torque they need? To say you're pulling a boat out of the water or something.
The twins. That's what they use the twin turbo for. One actually comes in at the lower end, and then at the higher end, the other one comes in more. But once again, like all the trucks that we see that like people actually use them towing a dump trailer, a heavy boat, and it's like a constant truck that's always towing.
Yeah.
Every time you see the turbo ones come in, they're always eating the turbo boots going in, like the air intake boots. We see a lot of rear main seal leakage, timing cover leakage. Because, if you're constantly on a small cubic inch engine and you're making boost with it all the time,
yeah,
it seems to me, it always seems to blow the rear main seals out first. And we see that with trucks starting around 30,000 miles.
Wow. But that's for towing, right? When they're towing stuff.
For an
mostly.
everyday, vehicle that tows a landscape trailer or something,
Right.
In my mind, though, the longevity of the motor, it can't be there with all that, just like a race car.
All the time
you're in it all the
issues
time, you know what I mean?
Nuts.
Motors seem to stay together a little longer, but when you start putting turbos and you're doing stuff like that,
Yep.
It's got to be stressing the engine, it has to be.
A lot of stress.
Yeah.
You know what it is about
It's like
V6s? The V6s, remember, I used to love the Grand National Series with the V6s. Remember they'd run around the track and they sound like a bunch of bumblebees with the V6s in there?
Yeah.
The Grand National Series back in the 90s. And that's what Bill Elliott said. It sounds like a bunch of bumblebees running around. So anyway, but I used to love watching the Grand National V6s run. They were pretty fast cars,
Yeah.
But I can't. that's why I have a weird, because I used to, in NASCAR, I used to watch them blow up a lot too. These V6s, they couldn't take it. And so that's why the last truck I had was a V6 with turbo, and had a ton of power. I mean, no complaints there. Yeah. But I always was like, how long is this going to last?
It's going to, turbo seals are going to dry out, and it is what it is. But there's really nothing that they're making any good design engines anymore, because everybody's trying to make them get good gas miles. They're turning up these cars to, the average heat underneath the hood now is like 218 degrees, they're saying.
Wow.
Why do we care what the fuel mileage is? I mean, what's the big deal about it? I mean,
it's not that.
Well, it's
show me a car
budget
that actually
thing.
does the mileage that they say it does.
Yeah.
yeah.
True.
I mean, we got plenty of fuel.
Look at Toyota right now. Toyota
Yeah, we have.
Tundra.
We don't. Well, we will. If we drill our own oil. I mean, we can.
Yeah.
We're Patriot Radio. We can say that stuff, but we need to drill.
Well, we should be.
Yeah.
But none of these cars get the gas mileage they claim. We hear it all the time. But then you try to tell them how they do it. They don't take the car out and drive it. They do it on a dyno machine.
Yeah.
So there's no rolling resistance. There's no wind.
Right.
If
Traffic
you got to
stops.
make a number, make a
Stop
number.
and goes. Yeah.
I mean, how they calculate for the vehicle, how they calculate for incline.
And then all these trucks that have the emissions and all that crap on it, and then they tune them and delete them, and then you're picking up 2 to 6 miles per gallon. Well, how good is the emissions working if you want to go for miles per gallon longevity versus emissions and so forth? And then the stuff that they're putting in the exhaust and what it's made out of, what they want to charge you is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then, back in the day, like you can hardly even find a 160 thermostat anymore, because they don't want your car running that cold because it says they can't recycle all the NOx and the fumes and all that stuff. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's when you break out the drill.
Things are changing.
Drill that thermostat.
Yep.
Remember doing that back in the day? I did it. Anyway, we'll do a short story. Florida Highway Patrol. You know the cars, they're black with the tan top, and they get nice wheels on them. I have to admit, they get the alloys on them, the dark alloys, and they look good. Florida Highway Patrol wins the 2024 America's Best Looking Cruiser competition. The Florida Highway Patrol cars went out over 48 other states. I think probably Hawaii wasn't in it. They didn't join in. Or maybe it was Alaska. But I get the feeling that it was probably Hawaii. But the American Association of State Troopers announces that the Florida Highway Patrol cars is the 2024 winner of its annual Best Looking Cruiser competition. And this is the second year in a row, by the way. I am proud of my team and grateful for the incredible support we have seen from our public safety partners, state leaders, and most importantly, our citizens. And thank you for backing the black and tan, said Executive Director Dave Kerner. And this is what they submitted was a picture. Do you have that up with the rocket? Yeah.
Yep.
They took the pictures. Thank you, Jesse. Took the pictures on the Space Coast at the Cape Canaveral, and they had a rocket launch in the background, which is awesome. And that really probably helped, help them win that competition, having such a great photo like that. So we can kind of thank Elon Musk too, right? When you think about it. Elon Musk helped out a bit.
That was photoshopped.
No, it wasn't. They actually did a photo shoot. They lined it up.
You on drugs, man.
No, they did. They did a photo shoot that way.
No way.
Well, the competition is very important
on the internet.
to our troopers. Yeah, I know. You never know. I photoshopped a lot of stuff. I'm going to start photoshopping you guys if you don't stop. And anyway, we won that. We did Florida. Rob Long, president of the CEO of Space Florida, said, "We're thrilled to see Florida claim victory in the second year in a row. We're grateful to see them in the partnership collaboration with Space Florida. This well-deserved win celebrates our state leadership in both public safety and space technology." So, anyways, like I said, 49 states. In a row? Yeah, we got it in 2023, and we got it this year again. You got to admit, those state police, the highway patrol cruisers are pretty cool looking.
Yeah, we need a big Florida flag behind it with a gator out in front of it.
We got to check out if that's a real photo. I got to research that.
There's no way it's too close.
The car's real.
Oh yeah.
Time for a break.
Yeah, we got to go on break. Okay, we'll be back. We're Classic Car Radio. We'll be back after
We're going to
this.
discuss this.
Yeah. Okay.